All right, what's going on, you guys? So I'm gonna speak on a fight that apparently nobody's really talking about that much. I haven't really seen anyone talk about this fight. This is a great fight. Adonis Stevenson against Badou Jack. Very good fight. Very good fight. Excellent fight. Um, Badou Jack has moved up to 175. Okay. He was one of the top guys at 168 for a little while. I know earlier in his career, after getting knocked out, a lot of people just question whether or not how good he was. This is a guy that I didn't think he was going to beat Darrell. I just didn't think that's when he really stepped up. I think he fought for a title. I think that's when he won his title, and then he started consistently fighting good fighters. He fought James DeGale, he fought George Groves. All were good, close fights. Okay. Had some draws in there, some controversial decisions in some of his fights. A lot of his fights were close at 170 or 168, but they were all against good top fighters at 168 at that time. Okay, so now he's moved up to 175. He fought Nathan Cleverly, a solid fighter, but not one of the best guys at 175. I know Cleverly has gone up to cruiser, has moved down to light heavyweight. I think he's still trying to find his place. I don't know what he's doing now, but Jack is now fighting Adonis Stevenson, one of the top two fighters at 175. Stevenson and Kovalev are the top two. Okay. Stevenson hasn't lost in years. Okay. Stevenson has done nothing but dominate the division. He's fought everybody but Kovalev. We know Andre Ward was up there for a short time and beat Kovalev. But outside of that, this guy has done his thing at 175. A lot of people complain they want to see him fight better fighters. Okay, the fighters he fought were, solid. He fought Thomas Williams Jr. and Carpentier, and over the years he hasn't fought like the absolute elite, but he's fought top 10, top 20 fighters throughout the years at bare minimum. Okay, we haven't seen the Beterbiev fight. We haven't seen the Kovalev fight. We didn't get to see Andre Ward fight, even though he wanted to fight Andre Ward for years. We didn't get that fight. But regardless, okay, Adonis Stevenson probably has the best straight left hand in boxing. The most powerful straight left hand in boxing, without a doubt. I think, in my opinion, he is equivalent to Deontay Wilder's right hand. Like, Deontay Wilder's straight right hand is the most powerful punch in boxing. This the most powerful right hand in boxing, in my opinion. And then you have Adonis Stevenson, who's not a heavyweight, but probably hits just as hard as any heavyweight with that straight left hand. I mean, he's perfected that punch. He's a good boxer. A lot of people say he's a hand fighter. At one point, I think he was. I think he's improved on his right hand. He had his jab and even his left hook. His right hook. I think he's improved a little bit on that. But that straight left hand is dangerous, and he knows how to use it, man. And he knows how to keep the distance well. Has good feet. He's mastered his game. Okay, people may say he's limited and everything, but he's mastered his game. His game is good. He's very good at what he does. And Badou Jack fighting him, for him to move up, I'm kind of surprised that he's fighting him this quickly. But when is there any other better time? Adonis Stevenson is like 40 at this point. He hasn't looked old. He hasn't looked old at all. But he is getting up there, and he could be one fight away from looking old. I don't know. It could be in this fight. It could be the next one. I don't know when Adonis Stevenson is going to be at a point where he needs to hang it up. But from what I've seen, he's fought at least a certain, a decent level of opponents for me to still, look at him and say, well, he hasn't really slowed down. He might be slowing down, but he's slowing down very slowly if he is slowing down. Okay? Now, as far as the fight is concerned, this is what I think needs to happen. I think Adonis Stevenson best chance of winning this fight is knocking out Badou Jack within the first 5 rounds. Okay? If he is to win this fight, I think his best chances are at that time, that period, if he is going to win. Okay, I think the longer the fight goes, the more dangerous it becomes because Jack is uh, a pretty aggressive fighter, a power puncher, okay, with both hands, okay, and he likes to fight well on inside, and he likes to outwork you. He could outwork you. He's won fights by outworking his opponent, okay. You see him back in the back when he won his title against Darrell. All right, he outworked Darrell, and Darrell always been a little bit lazy in there. You know, always had stamina issues. But Badou Jack is a guy that's gonna fight you at full effect for a whole 12 rounds. Ask James DeGale. Okay, James DeGale slowed down. Badou Jack put more work in. All right, Badou Jack destroyed him in that second half of that fight. Very dangerous fight for both. But like I said, Stevenson, if Stevenson is able to win this fight, I think, not saying that he can't win it on points, but I think he will be at his best in the first half of this fight. The first 4 rounds is where he's going to be the most dangerous for Badou Jack. I was looking at some of DeGale against Jack, and I noticed that DeGale didn't have too much trouble landing that straight left. Okay, he was landing it consistent. And James DeGale doesn't have the same straight left that Adonis Stevenson had. Stevenson's straight left is quicker, more powerful. Just his position and foot placement and everything is always on point when he throws that shot. Okay, he's not unbalanced or anything. This is a perfect straight left. And if Badou Jack, there's a good chance he might not survive within outside of the first 3 or 4 rounds. Okay, this is where he's the most dangerous. Now, if he could take the punch and continue and not be badly hurt, then that's great for him, you know, because he's going to have to work to get this win. He's going to have to outwork Adonis. Adonis is the older man. Adonis is going to slow down at some point. And, you know, Jack is a good body puncher. And that's what Jack needs to do. You know, I think Jack's best shots in this fight is going to be the left hook. You know, when he steps in, and if you've seen the Tony Bellew fight, okay, I think Tony Bellew was landing some good left hooks, stepping in and landing some good left hooks against Adonis Stevenson. Okay, I think that's going to be Adonis. I think that's going to be the punch that puts Adonis Stevenson to the ground. Okay, I don't know if it would be enough to knock him out, but I think that Adonis Stevenson is definitely needs to watch out for that left hook because Don Sears fights with his lead hand is always low. Okay, so I think that would be Badou Jack's signature punch in this fight. It's gonna be his best punch. Okay, but what I think Jack needs to do to win is to go to his body and work with him. Okay, I think the earlier rounds he's going to need to just commit to working. All right, and just getting points and going to his body, shooting that jab to the body. We want to slow the older man down and then try to take him out and be the aggressive in the later half of the fight. All right, because in the earlier half, we've seen Adonis Stevenson in his last, you know, several fights where he's knocking guys out in the very early rounds in this fight. You know, we want to take Stevenson outside of those earlier rounds and try to get him in the second half. That's what his team should be working on. Stay out of that. Stay away from that left hand very early. I mean, stay away from it the whole fight. But what I'm saying is what they should do is slow him down on the first half so they can get him on the second half. We already know Badou Jack is aggressive throughout the whole fight. He needs to be aggressive in the second half like he did against DeGale. Stay away from that straight left hand because that straight left hand, it only needs to touch you one time. Badou Jack has improved. He's taken big, you know, shots from better fighters, but at the end of the day, he has been knocked out before. Okay, it could happen. It could happen. All right, but maybe you don't know. We don't know. Maybe he's a better fighter at 175, and he still has the age advantage, a huge age. I didn't check how old he is, but I know he's a lot younger than Adonis Stevenson. All right, so I mean, as far as the fight, I think it's a tough one to call. It's definitely Adonis Stevenson's best opponent in a while. Okay, not sure where Badou Jack really stands at 175 yet because there's a lot of 175 is one of the most deepest divisions in boxing. Okay, so I don't really know where he stands or where he places in this because he just got there. A lot better competition at 175 than it was at 168. But I personally think I need to see Adonis Stevenson lose before I can just pick him to lose. You know, I need to see it with my eyes. I can't pick anyone, especially someone that just got to 175 to beat Adonis Stevenson. You know, I think Ward, maybe if it was Andre Ward, maybe, you know, I can go with Ward. I would probably go towards Ward. But even in that fight, I think that was a lot. It was dangerous. Just as dangerous as it was with Kovalev, you know. But Adonis Stevenson, you never know with that straight left hand, you know, and he's a skilled boxer, you know, and that's why at least that's the way I pick my fights when it's someone this dangerous. And I think Adonis Stevenson, say what you want, I think he's a pound for pound like level fighter, you know. Even if you don't put him in the top 10, I think he's around that area, you know. He's still in that area. You know, you could put him there. You might not put him there because of the people he's been fighting lately. But as far as skill set is concerned, I think he should be at least mentioned. I think he's around that area still. So for me to see Badou Jack win, I mean, obviously if he wins, this will be his biggest win. But I just need to see it. I can't sit here and say that Badou Jack is going to win this fight. I'm still going to go with Adonis Stevenson. If Badou is to win this fight, very impressive. But I still got to go with Adonis, you know, because at the end of the day, even if Adonis slows down, even if he's winning early and Badou Jack comes back, will it be enough to win? You know, Badou Jack has had very close fights with guys like George Groves, you know, other fighters that he's fought, James Aguel. I just can't see him beating Adonis Stevenson. I mean, I think he could. I think this is, you know, what I said in this video, I think is what he needs to do. You know, Adonis could become old in this fight. He could. But I need to see it to believe it. You know, certain fights, you know, when guys are stepping up against a top fighter, I need to see it to believe it first. And I'm gonna rock with Adonis Stevenson on this one until after this fight. If Badou is to win and it looks impressive and even stop Stevenson, now we can have a different discussion. But for right now, I'm still going with Adonis Stevenson on this one. All right. So let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments. Make sure you subscribe. Definitely hit that subscribe button. And I'll check you guys on the next one. All right. Peace.